name is Cesar Yanes, and today I will be doing my presentation on the top 10 leading causes of death, 5 and 6. In the overview, I would introduce what the causes of death are and what are the causes of death amongst individuals aged 15 and 24. I would also provide description and an explanation to these causes of death. Furthermore, I would also provide the incidence and prevalence statistical data, and in conclusion, I will state the demographics of each of the causes of death. Leading causes of death 5 and 6 are cardiovascular disease and Alzheimer's disease respectively. However, heart disease is the leading cause of death in the United States. Cardiovascular disease pertains more to stroke specifically. A stroke is the lack of blood supply to the brain, and there is two types of strokes. A hemorrhagic stroke means that there is an eruption of the blood vessel causing a leakage of blood in the brain, like you can see on the left hand side of the picture. An ischemic stroke is a blockage of a blood vessel by blood clot that administers blood to the brain, like you can see on the right hand side of the picture. On the other hand, Alzheimer's disease is an irreversible brain disorder that slowly destroys memory and thinking skills. It is most prevalent amongst individuals 65 or older, and it is the most common form of dementia. Causes of death amongst individuals aged 15 to 24, and fifth is disease of the heart, which means strokes, heart valve problems, arrhythmia, and also heart attacks. And in 6 is congenital malformations, which are heart defects, cleft lip, Down syndrome, disorders that are present before and right after birth. Strokes affect about 795,000 people in the U.S. each year, and 610,000 of these strokes are new strokes. Some of the signs and symptoms when a stroke is happening to an individual might be face drop, weakness or ache in the left arm, and also difficulty in speaking. On the right hand side you can see the flyer to remember some of the warning signs and what to do. Fast. Act and think fast. F is for face drop, A is for arm weakness, S is for speech difficulty, and T is for time to call 911. Do not hesitate to call 911 as soon as these signs appear. Some of the causes that increase your risk of having a stroke are high cholesterol diet and a lack of exercise. 5.5 million Americans have Alzheimer's disease. Some of the signs and symptoms of Alzheimer's is difficulty remembering new information, disorientation, mood, and behavior change. These signs are more prevalent among individuals 65 or older. However, individuals can develop Alzheimer's at a way younger age. As of right now, there are no known attributed causes of the disease. However, some of the factors include genetics, changes in the brain, environment, and lifestyle. Congenital malformations are the 6th leading cause of death amongst individuals aged 18 to 24. Most common abnormalities are heart defects, like atrial septal defects, ventricular septal defects. On the right hand picture, you can see what are the two most common locations where the ventricular septal defect can occur. And this causes the oxygenated blood mix into the deoxygenated blood. These congenital malformations have accounted for 953 deaths on individuals aged 15 and 24 in 2015. Moving on, I have provided the charts for the incidence and prevalence data. On the left hand side, we can see how the incidence for strokes is decreasing. On the right hand side, you can see how the prevalence of strokes in the U.S. is substantially bigger in the south of the country. Strokes kill, according to the CDC, more than 130 Americans each the other hand, you can see the incidence and prevalence rates of Alzheimer's disease, how they're on the rise. According to the Alzheimer's Organization, it is projected that by 2050, 60 million people could have Alzheimer's in the US. Almost every minute, someone develops Alzheimer's. To conclude, here are some of the demographics for strokes and Alzheimer's disease. According to the CDC, blacks are twice as likely to have a stroke compared to whites. Hispanics' risk is in between blacks and whites. However, American Indians, Alaska Natives, and blacks are more likely to have a stroke than any other group. On the other hand, for Alzheimer's disease, blacks are twice as likely to have Alzheimer's as older whites. Hispanics are about 1.5 times as likely as older whites. However, there's not enough evidence to determine the prevalence in other racial groups.